I'm Big Tasty, that's what I say. I'm a Fly's fan all the way. Escape like a butterfly, rap like a bee. If you see someone hot, it's probably me.
My brother's moves were amazing. He never skated and rapped better in his life.
Now all the girls in the house say big.
Barry points to the crowd. Only Bev responds.
Big!
Now the girls in the house say tasty.
Tasty!
Now what's that spell?
Big Tasty!
Interior skating. Moments later, Barry and the two children line up as the host talks to the crowd.
What a show we had here with our three competitors. Should the winner be Nikki?
The crowd cheers.
Well, it's not. Here's a coupon for a free skate day.
Here's the big coupons.
Nope, it's between Suzanne
Most of the crowd cheers.
and Tasty.
The Goldbergs and a few kids who apparently hate Susan cheer.
Welcome again to another episode of Screenwriters Talk Screenwriting. That was a table read of a scene I wrote for a spec episode of The Goldbergs, when The Goldbergs was still in its first season. And this episode is all about table reads, one of my favorite things to do for my scripts. If you don't know what a table read is when you get a group of actors or friends together and assign character roles to them and have them act out the entire script. You can either do this in your living room or do it on Zoom. The great thing about having a table read is you'll be able to feel the flow of your script and feel what scenes are too short and too long. See if the scenes work. You really want to see if the scenes work. You'll feel the rhythm of the entire script. I think these are way more beneficial than script coverage because you'll find out what works so much better and it's way more fun. In my career, I've done over 150 table reads for myself, and I've been a part of over 1,000 table reads altogether with other screenwriter friends, clients of mine, students of mine, and these are amazing. For every script of mine, before I send it out to producers or directors, I will do at least 3 table reads of that script. Usually the first table read is with just a close group of friends. And usually what you want to do is for whoever your main character is, you want to give one person your main character. You want to give one person the narrator who's going to read all the action and all the slug lines. And then everyone else, you can kind of divvy up the roles. And these are so much fun. If you have several main characters and enough actors, then assign each main character to one actor. And then let the other actors do multiple minor characters. If you do this with your friends in your living room or at your apartment, wherever, I would buy them some pizza, maybe get them some beer, make it a fun atmosphere. And then when you start reading the script, just go start to finish. Do not stop. And what's amazing is if you write a comedy, you can hear the laughs. Usually people are laughing at the jokes they like. If you write a horror, you can feel out what's scaring people. Here's the first 2 pages of my horror film, Killer Queen. The logline is 6 beauty queens compete in a terrifying pageant where a contestant gets mysteriously murdered after every competition, and only the winner gets to live because she's the killer.
Fade-in, interior Atlantic City Hotel and Resort, night. Cindy, 23, runs for her life in an empty hallway. Chasing after her is a dark figure with an axe.
Get away from me! Why would you leave me alone?
Cindy checks every door she passes, but they are all locked.
Come on, come on.
At the end of the hallway is a room with the door slightly open. Cindy enters and closes the door.
Thank you, God.
She puts a chair against the door. Crack! The axe shreds through the door. Cindy grabs her cell phone.
Please answer, Katie. Please.
She calls Katie. The phone rings and rings as the axe splits through the door repeatedly.
Damn it. She's probably still on stage.
Cindy gets on Instagram and records a story. Cindy puts her back against the wall.
Please, someone help me. I'm being chased by a mad woman at the Miss Cheerful beauty pageant. I'm locked in the room on the top floor. Help me.
Just as she's about to post the story, the axe crashes through the wall and splits her skull open. As the axe is raised, so is Cindy's body, and it drops dead to the floor. Interior Miss Cheerful beauty pageant, night. 3 beauty queen contestants watch the pageant from backstage. They're all dressed in gowns and look stunning. These 3 women are Rebecca, 25, tan, dirty blonde hair with dimples.
If Mary wins again, I'm gonna kill someone.
Lisa, 21, dark hair, red lipstick, and has noticeable tattoos on her arms and legs.
Come on, Katie. I so want to see the look on Mary's face when she finally loses.
And Beverly, 22, a southern belle with curly blonde hair.
If anyone deserves to beat that goddamn ginger, it's Katie.
On the stage, Katie, 25, kind eyes, tall brunette, stands with Mary, 18, has long red hair with symmetrical freckles. A host opens an envelope with them.
And the winner of the 27th annual Miss Cheerful Beauty Pageant is...
When I was in LA, my first table read would be a small group of my friends. And then after that table read, I would feel out what worked, what didn't work. And then I would make adjustments and rewrites. And then I would do another table read with professional actors, my professional actor friends, and my writing group, Deadline Junkies. And this is amazing. It's so, so beneficial. And also just something to look forward to when you're writing a script. It gives you a deadline. So it's also great for deadlines. But say you have a table read for January 2nd, you know you have to write those pages before January 2nd, and you want to make them good because you're having your friends or your actors read these pages. So you want to make sure these pages are as best as possible so you don't, look like a lousy writer. You want to look like a good writer. If you do it via Zoom, you can save money because you don't have to print out scripts. You don't have to you don't have to go to a printing shop, print out scripts. You could just make PDFs and then send the PDFs via an email to all the actors. If you want to learn how to easily highlight scripts for actors, I have a video on my YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Jordan Imiola. You'll see a video. It's how to highlight scripts for actors. I show you how to do this via Writer Duet, which is the best screenwriting software, by the way. Final Draft. That's a whole nother episode. But yeah, usually for live table reads, I'll highlight scripts for actors. So say, for example, my TV pilot, Grandma Knows Best. There's 5 main characters in that. Grandma Knows Best is about a badass grandma who is released from prison after 12 years and gets to know her grandkids who didn't even know she existed. So the grandma is one actress. The mom is one actress. There's 3 kids in that TV show. Each kid is a different actor as well. And then I divvy up all the supporting roles. If there's any other, roles like neighbors or whatever that come in and out, I'll have an actor play multiple roles. And the people who play multiple roles do have a lot of fun because they get to change their voice up. And when they have a new character, right? Some actors are really good at changing up their voice and they make it really funny. Here's a quick clip from a Zoom recording I did last year for my TV show, Grandma Knows Best. This is from the 2nd episode. The show took place in West Virginia, and Jeannie, the single mom of the show, is Grandma's daughter and is trying out a new local dating app.
It's nothing. Nancy just wanted me to try out this app.
Oh, you mean West Virginia?
I'm sorry, how do you know about West Virginia?
My friend Jasper saw you on there. He swiped right on you, but you swiped left on him.
You're dating again, Mom? It's about time. Good for you.
No, it's not. Dad could come back.
Oh, Louie, that ship has not only sailed, it's sunk.
Dad who? I barely remember that guy.
Okay. How do I get on the West Virginia? Hank's been dead for a couple months. I could use the boning.
What's boning, Grandma?
Mom, we're eating breakfast. Please don't talk about boning at the table.
Great actors can do so much for your characters and give you ideas to improve your dialogue. If you're just having friends and they're not actors, they might be a little dry. They might not be that great. But if you have friends who are actors, I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of friends who are great actors. So they really just bring these characters to life. If you want a table read of your script, I do offer a table read service on my website at jordanimiola.com, where you can buy a table read, and I personally assign actors I know to read your script over Zoom. You'll get the Zoom recording afterwards, so you can watch it again and take notes. I just ask that you send me the script at least a week in advance, and then I'll look it over and schedule actors on a time that works best for you and them, and they will read your script out loud. I like to pay actors for their time and talents, and I know they appreciate that as well. I know I do too when it comes to writing. I also highly recommend table reads before you go into production on a project. For every short film I produce, I do at least one table read a few days before we go into production. When my friends and I made the Zoom movie Christmas Staycation in 2020, we did 4 table reads beforehand, and I kept punching up the script after every table read. Here's a clip from the 3rd table read we did for Christmas Staycation.
I'm a Zoom Santa Claus.
Like you talk to kids online?
I wish it was just kids.
Flashback to interior Zuma Santa room day.
Ho, 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 what would you like for Christmas, little old lady?
A little old lady zooms with Santa.
Hello, Santa. I want some virtual whoopee.
Ho, ho, Santa doesn't do virtual whoopee.
Oh, you don't need to do anything. You can just watch me.
Ooh, Santa doesn't want to watch. Santa just wants this 10 minutes to be over.
Oh, let me show you a little ho, ho, ho.
With the live table read, I usually print out, if I have, say I have 7 actors and I have 1 narrator, that's going to be 8 scripts. And then I usually print out 1 script for myself. And I write down notes as I watch and listen to the table read in my own script. I suggest don't be part of the table read, just take it in. A great benefit of table reads is you want to make sure you have a good balance of action and dialogue. If you do a table read and your narrator who's doing the action is just talking over and over and over again, and it feels like a book, you'll know right there and then this feels like a book. This is not fun for a reader, because readers, they want to know the characters from the dialogue. If it's all full of action and it feels like a book, that is not a screenplay. You don't want to have a ton of narration. You want to have a good balance. And I think a general rule of thumb is however how many pages a script is, that should kind of be around the same amount of minutes. Say you write a 90-page screenplay, it should take you about 90 minutes to do the whole table read. If it takes you 2.5 hours, then you're in trouble. Something's wrong. Usually it's because you have too much action description. So you can find that out really quick by doing a table read. And you want to make sure also your table read, it showcases your genre. So if you're writing a comedy, people should be laughing during the table read. I have a system I use to kind of gauge what jokes are the funniest, what jokes are the least funniest. Jokes, if only one person chuckles at a joke, then I will usually change that joke around. If I get a big laugh from one joke, then I keep that joke. I make sure to keep that joke in my rewrites. Because our minds can play tricks with us. Sometimes we think the scene is so perfect and it's so great, and then we hear a table read of it, and we're like, "Oh no, what is this? What did I do?" But on the other hand of that too, sometimes, you write something. I write a lot of like throwaway jokes, and I'm like, "Well, I don't think this joke's that good, but we'll see," because I can't think of anything better. And then I do a table read, and that joke gets knocked out of the park. People love that joke, and I'm like, "Okay, this joke, I thought maybe it wasn't that great. It is actually really that great." So it could be, you find out all those things. Any problems in your script, you'll find out what the problem is with the table read, and you can think of solutions at that moment or afterwards. Sometimes you get notes that offer solutions to the problems that you have in your screenplay. With every screenplay, you want to make sure people are enthralled and are entertained. If actors look bored, then you better fix whatever's going on in those scenes to make sure they're not bored. Because if they're bored, then when you send it out to producers or production companies, the readers will be bored and they might not finish your screenplay. You want to make sure whoever you send your screenplay out to, when they start it, they finish it. Your screenplay should be that good. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on table reads. Again, if you want to order one, you can buy a table read at www.jordanimiola.com. That website again is www.jordanimiola.com. But yeah, table reads are amazing. All right, see you next time on Screenwriters Talk Screenwriting. Now, here's the joke of the podcast. What does a nosy pepper do? It gets jalapeno business. To circle back, I'll leave you with another clip from my Goldberg spec. My B storyline involved Barry and Murray trying to get tickets to the sold-out Philadelphia Flyers season opener. In this scene, Murray is the lucky caller to a radio station.
Well, Murray, you're only 3 questions away from 2 tickets to the Flyers home opener.
All right, what's the first question?
What was the first year the Flyers won the Stanley Cup?
1974.
Correct! Second question, in what year did the Flyers join the NHL?
1969.
Correct! And this is your last question, Murray. What radio station is the greatest radio station in Philadelphia?
107.1 The Wave!
Great cheers and excitement.
Yes!
This would have been the great moment in Goldberg's history, if not for one thing.
I'm sorry, Murray, but that is the wrong answer. We're looking for our station.
This isn't 107.1 The Wave?
Murray makes paddling motions with his body.
Why do you look like you're canoeing?
I'm sorry, Murray. This is 88.3 The River.
What? That's what I meant!
No, we specifically heard 107.1 The Wave.
What's the difference? You both play the same music.
No, we play modern rock. They play rock alternative.
That's the same music!
Better luck next time, Murray.
No, wait!
They hang up. Barry yells in anger.
It was the river! That's why I was paddling the canoe, because you paddle in a river!
You also create waves when you paddle. And your mom always listens to 107.1 The Wave.
Mom doesn't listen to The Wave. Mom listens to 102.5 The Lake.
Good God. How many radio stations are bodies of water in this city?